Hi everyone, I'm Claire Saffitz. Welcome to my outdoor kitchen. Cobbler is the perfect example of something that is simple but not easy. Fruit bottom, pastry on the top. Today, I'm gonna make a blueberry cobbler where I'm going to start the filling in my oven ahead of time. Like let that go until it's bubbling and then make our topping and pop cold topping onto hot fruit. But it is the way to get your filling fully baked and your biscuits not gummy. It works. By the way, this is a blueberry corn cobbler. Blueberry filling, corn, biscuit topping. Ingredients. I figured if we were gonna make cobbler in summer, we might as well make a lot. So I have 3 pounds of blueberries. So we're gonna go straight blueberry. You could, of course, add stone fruit, peach and blueberry, such a good combo. You could add blackberries, raspberries, strawberries, anything that looks good, but 3 pounds total. So for the filling, I have a half a cup of granulated sugar, a little bit of salt. I'm adding a little cardamom, which I really like in blueberry desserts. You could use any warm spice or none at all. Some cornstarch for thickening, and some vanilla extract. And I'm going to add some lime juice. Then we're gonna save the zest for the biscuits as well. Then for the biscuit topping, and this is a variation on the drop biscuit topping in my second book in What's for Dessert. I have all-purpose flour. This is some fresh corn. The fresh corn looked so good at the farmer's market. So this is we had corn on the cob. I just cut off the leftover corn on the cob, about a cup. Some kosher salt, 1/3 of a cup of granulated sugar, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/4 cup of cornmeal. I have butter, heavy cream. So that's all for the biscuit topping, and we're gonna just brush it with some cream and top it with some sugar. Special equipment, I don't need a whole lot. I have my baking dish, a box grater, a bowl. Everything is like very low tech because we're working outside today. A scoop. A scoop is really helpful for making your drop biscuits, but not necessary. You could use 2 spoons. And a pastry brush. That's really it. We're gonna use the dome to do it. What I love about baking cobbler or a fruit dessert in the Gozney Dome is you get heat from the floor, but also radiating heat over top. So it's kind of this perfect environment for baking, especially with fruit. So I'm gonna add to my blueberries. This is my salt and cardamom, my cornstarch. So now I'm going to zest my limes. The zest is actually going to go in the biscuit topping, but I want the juice in the filling, and it's really, you always have to do the zest first. You can't really juice it and then zest. So I want about 2 teaspoons of zest. If you don't want to use lime, I'm using lime because I feel like lime plus corn plus blueberry plus a little cardamom is really good. You could do lemon, you could do orange. It's totally up to you. But the corn component somehow made me think lime. So I'm just juicing this lime. We want about 3 tablespoons. Okay, we're spot on there with 3 tablespoons. This is gonna go over. And then a half a cup of sugar. So we're just gonna mix this up. You have to have a hot filling when the biscuit topping goes on. All right, I'm gonna get my oven lit because that's kind of the first step. Let's open up the tank. Whoa! So we're on propane right now, so I'm using gas. It is a dual fuel, so you can burn wood in it. Of course, anyone who watches the channel knows we have a wood burning oven that I built, literally with my 2 hands.
I think if you came down straight on it and pinched it, you could lift it straight up.
And then I could just lift it up, like the stuffed animals in the in the thing, like that. Oh my God. But the thing about that oven is, I'm like, we want to use it. That's 2 hours of firing time before like we're really ready to use it. So I was just saying to Harris recently, I was like, I feel like we should get something gas and put it on the deck for greater ease. Cause like we love to cook outdoors, and the oven, it's just like, it's a big time commitment to fire up that guy. So I'm super excited. So today is kind of the first like dessert bake that we're doing in it. And then I have what is this thing called?
Peel.
No, this is not a peel. The peel is something different. This is like, it helps you to shift it around, right? I'll probably come back in 15 minutes and rotate it. And once I start to see bubbling, I'm gonna put together the biscuits. I'm gonna start with my sugar, my lime zest. And anytime there's zest and sugar in a recipe, I always start with this little step of like working the zest into the sugar. So I'm gonna add to this my other dry ingredients. I have my flour, my salt, my baking powder, my cornmeal for extra corn flavor. And I'm gonna work all of this together. I'm gonna throw in my corn kernels. This is just cut off from leftover corn on the cob. One thing I like to do whenever I'm working with butter, if I'm holding onto it, is coat it in a little flour. This helps to just prevent it from getting sticky in my fingers. 2 cups of heavy cream cold, and I just am going to drizzle this in. So we're just gonna fold this together until the cream is incorporated. We don't really wanna see any dry spots. So we have our drop biscuit mixture. I'm gonna kind of loosely form my topping or portion it. And these are gonna spread over the filling, but one of the keys also to cobbler is to leave a little space in between the biscuits, just so that there can be like heat circulating around them. That's gonna lead to a better texture. Oh, I see some bubbling, so now's a good time. See the juices? Okay, so even though it's counterintuitive, cold biscuits over the hot filling. And I'm just gonna kind of place them, but remember, leaving a little bit of breathing room in between for the heat to circulate. And they are gonna spread. Then some heavy cream. This is just gonna encourage browning. There's not very much sugar in either the filling or the biscuit, so a little like generous sprinkling of Demerara sugar. It's definitely not gonna make it too sweet. This is gonna add a really nice crunch to the top of the biscuits. Back into the oven. And we're gonna bake this again until the biscuits are puffed and golden and have like a nice crust on the surface, and the filling's gonna be bubbling. And I'll give it a rotation too. All right, so that head start with the filling meant that the biscuits cooked really fast. So it's been in for a total of like a little over 40 minutes and it's done. The biscuits look amazing. Everything got really nice and puffy and really golden brown. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. The filling is bubbling, which is what you want because you want to make sure that that cornstarch is activated. Oh my gosh, look at it. Oh, it looks so good. Oh my gosh, yes. I love how the biscuits like nestle down. Oh my gosh, it's gonna taste so good. And it smells like caramelized sugar because it got like that nice blast of heat on the surface. So we just have to wait for this to cool a little bit. I do want to eat it warm because I think warm cobbler with like a little cold hit of heavy cream is so good. But we'll come back. I'm gonna grab some bowls and a spoon and we're gonna eat it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to try this. This is still warm. So if it fully cooled, the filling would set up a little bit more, but I think it's sort of a nice consistency. So now I have some cold heavy cream. So excited. Cobbler is one of those things, like I am not a sweet breakfast person, but cobbler is the thing where like if you don't put so much sugar in it, I'm like, that's breakfast. I forgot there was corn in it. It's so good. The biscuit is so tender. The little crunchy top plus the jammy berries plus the little pops of corn are like incredibly good. Also fully cooked through, nice and fluffy and not wet. If you are baking this at home, just go the whole time at like 400. Put the filling in, wait for it to get bubbly, add your biscuit topping, and you'll get something really similar, but you might not get as nice browning because we did everything outside in our Gozney Dome. So I really hope you give it a try. This was a fun one. Happy summer, everyone. I hope you're making the most of all the summer produce and fruit in particular. This is it. We've been waiting for this. I want to thank our friends at Gozney for sponsoring this episode. It's summertime. I can't think of anything better than being outdoors. And now I don't have to be stuck in my kitchen testing recipes. I can be outside with my Gozney Dome. It is a live fire oven. You can burn wood in it or you can use propane. You know, when we're baking in our wood oven at home, it takes a couple hours to fire it up. You can't really be spontaneous. And now with our dome that's right on our deck, I can step like 5 feet out the door and we can cook everything from pizza, of course, but so much more than just pizza, like bread, steaks, vegetables. And it's kind of taking the place for us of like basically an outdoor grill. The dome works great because you have heat from the oven floor, but also direct heat above. So you get cooking from all directions. And because it's such a dry environment and direct heat, you get like amazing char and color. Then also if you're burning wood in it, as the oven temperature comes down, you can also slow roast in it. So it's incredibly versatile. What's so perfect about having the dome right here is that's the window to my kitchen. So I can see the screen. I can see the temperature that it's hitting from there. I can bring everything out. It's so efficient and heats up so fast. And you can really cook anything in it. Perfect for doing cobbler like I have right here, my blueberry cobbler. Harris does a lot of high heat cooking indoors that I feel like our hood doesn't even do enough. So I'm sending him outside. I'm like, just put it in the dome. It'll cook in 5 seconds. We'll eat outside. Today I made blueberry cobbler, but I also planning on doing my entire Thanksgiving dinner out here. So it's just a pleasure to cook outside. So if you want to learn more about the Gozney Dome and all their products, you can go to the link in the description below. Happy summer. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.